Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is going to be a very interesting video today because I almost slept on this figure here. It's the same figure. This one's the original release of the Demoniacal Fit Shining Soul, and this is the restock of Shining Soul. So I there this one it's a nice figure. It had definitely loose joints, mostly the abs, and then as far as the hair, it had this I'll show you guys. It had like this cotton ball looking thing inside of the hair. It looked a little weird and off. It wasn't completely translucent. Anyways, I think the hair was the biggest issue for me. Why I didn't end up liking it as much. But then just a few days ago, I was on AliExpress, and then on AliExpress, I saw a picture that said updated or something like that. Updated, restock, updated. And I remembered that they did that one time with a figure that needed it as well, the Demoniacal Fit Tenacious Martialist. That one, the original release, it was still awesome. I think all it needed was a little QC with the articulation, with the joints, with the tightness of the joints, mostly in the torso area as well, and the legs. But then I remember when they restocked that one, they let us know that they updated or they fixed the issues. They fixed the issues, and then the second restock or the second version of that release was way better. Like the tightness was awesome, and I did do a video on that too. You guys can check it out if you've never seen that. I did compare the two. So they did it again, and I didn't think about it because for the most part their figures are good. They're not like too shaky or wobbly. Like I think this one and the Tenacious Martialist was the one that needed it the most. But for the most part, their figures are great. Maybe a couple here and there when they first started, but for the most part nowadays, they're good. Like I don't think about it twice. But like I said, I found the information on Ali, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "I can't believe I almost slept on it because the reissue was like in July, something like that, more or less." And he was in 5K and Omnimain. I think he sold out immediately. So like people bought it quickly, and I think all that was left was on Toys in a Box. Toys in a Box is where I got this one from. That's all he was, where he was the only place he was left in. And I'm sorry, also AliExpress. But AliExpress is like, takes long and, etc. Box is a little beat up. But anyways, so I ended up getting it from Toys in a Box. I said, you know what? I'm still not completely convinced. Like I said, I saw that. I looked it up on Instagram. They did say they were gonna update the figure, the new restock from the older one. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be like like the sign Demoniacal Fit. And as soon as I got it, I got this like yesterday, and I was like, no, I'm sorry, Saturday. I got it Saturday, and I was like, damn, they fixed it, and this one here is so damn good now. Like now, this one here is so damn badass and it's so good. I might get a second one of this one. I'll probably end up getting rid of this one. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. I could probably tighten up the body myself and just use it for something else. Um, but anyways, that's what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna compare the old release to the restock release, which is updated, fixed, better painting, tighter joints. That's the update on this one, and it's damn amazing, and I love it. So let's go ahead and get these out so you guys can check them out. So yeah, like I was saying, there they are outside the box. I'm gonna put them together. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't find the order for this one immediately. Well, it was an easy access, but I have to look for it. But anyways, so yeah, like I was saying, when I looked it up as well to see if anybody else talked about the restock or the fixed issues, I only found one guy, and um, one guy did it in his video, and I'm like, I looked around and nobody else did it, so I'm like, damn, maybe some people slept on it, and or they don't know, or the ones that have both, they'll know, of course. Um, but yeah, so Thanks to that one guy, I think it's called Cuarto Gamer or something like that. I could be off. I apologize if I messed up the name, but yeah, shout out to him. Thanks to his video, I saw it and I was like, it confirmed that as well. And I was like, okay, I gotta get it. I gotta get it and see what it's about. So, anyways, I'm doing this real quick so you guys can see that it's pretty much the same thing as far as accessories go. It's 6 hands for both, 3 faceplates. Nothing different there. The auras come with it as well. So, real quick, I just want to show that real quick. Okay, so here we go. I'm not going to show the faceplates compared to each other because they're exactly the same thing pretty much for the most part. There's no real difference or updated details on that or anything like that. So I'm just going to keep the neutral kind of angry, serious looking face on for both so you guys can see it fairly. And another thing, so actually before I say that, but this one here is the original release of the Demoniacal Fit Shining Soul. And the biggest issue for me, like I said, was like I can overlook the little looseness here. Like, yeah, this right here area is really loose. Like he definitely wobbles a lot. So this part right here was really loose, like big time. And then with the legs down here, I think the paint got stuck. It's a massive QC issue. Like the leg won't swivel where it's supposed to here. Like right here, it won't swivel there. It swivels at the joint here. Barely. So that was always an issue, and I didn't want to move it too much because I feel like it might have been like stuck to the paint. So I was never able to move this left and right, and I didn't want to force it too much, so I didn't want to break anything. So those were the main two issues with this figure. You couldn't swivel the thighs where it's supposed to here. It moves slightly because of the joint, but not that much. The joint at the hip, the crotch area. And then like I said, this right here is very loose. I barely touch it and it's like it goes everywhere. So anyways, those were the two main issues with this one. When it comes to the articulation, but the biggest issue for me personally was the hair. If you can see, and once again, this is the original, the old release. So as you can see, the hair always looked like, to me, like there was like a cotton ball stuck in there inside the translucent blue hair. You could see that, and that always bugged me so much. And I remember Figure Arts, I was gonna get the event exclusive, even though it was a little more expensive, because I didn't like this. But then Figure Arts had a similar thing to it, maybe not as much, but it was similarly there. Um, so I didn't get that one either. So I was like, man, I'm gonna just leave it at that for now. I found out that they were gonna release, I think, a bare bones version of this. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so that was the two issues for this one mainly. Let me show you the hair one more time. Yeah, see that right there? That is not cool for me. In my opinion, that bothers me. And I think it came down to this, the way it looks right here. It's like they made the whole hair translucent, but then this part here is not. So that kind of comes through, and it gives it that I have a cotton ball stuck in my hair type of thing, right? So anyways, let me get that face back on there. Okay, so now this is the new one, the Restock. It's definitely updated. I'm not going to say a 2.0 because I don't want to confuse the body. The body's, what we use the numbers for. But it definitely had its QC issues fixed massively. And this thing now is pretty damn awesome. I love it. It's sick. Like, I can definitely get on board with this one. Like, I might get a second one of this one before they sell out. That's how good it was. So let's go check out the thighs right here. This is the part where I told you it couldn't. You see how that rotates right there? I couldn't do that on the old one. It was really stuck. And this right here, it's rotating. This one here, this one too, it's rotating. So this one here, the old one, this one cannot do that. It's really stuck. And like I said, I feel like the paint somehow just like got stuck somehow, like glue does, because I use a significant amount of force and I don't want to break or chip anything. So you were pretty much stuck with no articulation, no swivel there. So they fixed that on the new one, on the Restock, and man, it's awesome. And just the whole body, like as soon as you hold it in your hand, it doesn't feel loose. It doesn't feel wobbly. And I hold this one and like, you know what I mean? Like it just, you could feel it in your hands. Like, man, it's just like the Tenacious Martialist update, which was awesome. And as far as the torso right here, look at that. It's just like beautiful. Look at that. It just moves nice now. It's nice and tight, nice and perfect. Like, the articulation on the new Restock has been fixed, and that's damn awesome. So another thing I will point out real quick is that they put a little more paint on the Restock on my right. This is the original release on my left. If you guys can see, even the pants look a little more redder / more pearlescent on the right. You can see it. And there's like more pearlescence on the one on the right on the shirt as well. Just overall, looks like they just added a little more. And that's really cool. And I don't know if you guys can see too. It looks like the skin tone is a little more red on the Restock updated issue. Let me see if you guys can see it. There you go. It's slight, but it's there. I noticed. I see it. But here we go. The biggest issue here was excuse me, it was the hair. Now look at that hair, and look at that. They corrected the whole hair sculpt and they made it more translucent overall. Look at that. Let me put it next to the old one so you guys can see the difference. Do you guys see the difference? Oh, camera. Let me back up a little more. Camera's acting up a little bit. There you go. Do you see the difference in the hair? Give me a second. All right, there you go. Do you see the differences in the hair? I'm going to swing it down. So the one on my left is the original release. The one on the right is the Restock. You can clearly see it right there, how this one looks all around transparent, translucent. They fixed it. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. Even just all around, it looks more translucent. And you can see there's the cotton ball effect that this one has, and this one does not have it. So, yeah. And like I said, just overall, the hair is more translucent on the Restock. Look at that. So, yeah. Like I said, there you go. The face plates, everything else is the same. So, I'm not going to show them on there. But everything else, the important stuff here, this Restock is definitely insanely awesome. And I definitely, in my opinion, they definitely fixed it right. So that was awesome. Like I said, I might get a second one because it's that good, but I definitely recommend this now that it's been fixed. It's nice and tight. It's just a gorgeous figure now. It's only on only at Toys in a Box now and AliExpress. So like I said, he already sold that at the other two. I almost slept on this Restock. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't liked or subscribed, I'd appreciate if you did so. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.